kids. I think James is home because the dog's gonna come smashing into the house. It's Tuesday. Happy belated Memorial Day. We today are going to make a sheep pancake. Let's call it sheep pancake. It's gonna be a great day. I think my husband has actually really won the day. I think he just walked in the house with flour. Does he have a present for me? He says. Oh my God. This is better than Christmas. This is a 10-pound bag of King Arthur flour. I could sell this on the street. Yes, this is the greatest. I mean, I thought when we got married it was the greatest day of my life, but this flour baby that you've given me, I'm gonna take it to bed. I love it so much. Oh God, this is 10 pounds. James Boyes is the man of the year. Oh, I'm so excited. I didn't think my day could get better, but 10 pounds of legitimate, not crap flour from a company I love. This is, I'm just gonna just go to bed with this. Nighty-night. Okay. Whew, sorry for that. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. So exciting. 10 pounds of flour. I don't even know where he got it. I don't care who he hurt to get it. I'm just so excited that I just have 10 pounds of flour now. I don't even know what to do with my life. I'm so excited. Holy crap. Anyway, as I was saying, today is Tuesday. It's the day after Memorial Day. My husband is king of the world. We're gonna make some sheep pancakes. Sheep pancakes. So you have a 12 by 17 big old jelly roll pan. You can use that. You do not have a 12 by 17. You may use a 9 by 13 regular casserole dish. You're just going to adjust the baking time. Since I happen to have this big old jelly roll pan, that is what I will use. It came this set. I think this is the only thing I've used this for. This and maybe freezing cookie dough on it. But 12 by 17 pan. We are going to preheat our oven to 450 degrees. Get that rocking and rolling. Number 2 item on the list. We are going to make some buttermilk. Buttermilk. As I've said before, you don't need to buy buttermilk. That's how they trick you. You never need to buy buttermilk. You can always make your own. So, you're going to take out some milk. We want 2 cups of buttermilk, so we're going to make 2 cups of milk. Well, we're going to put 2 cups of milk in the container, I should say. You're going to finish your first container of milk and then say, aha, thankfully I have a second container of milk. You're going to say it just like that, too. Oh, this milk's going to be sell by May 27th. So you're going to hope it's great. I mean, sell-bys are usually fine, but you're going to smell it just to make sure. All right. 2 cups of milk. You are then going to put in 2 tablespoons of something acidic. You can use lemon juice. You can use vinegar, whatever it is. The conversion is 1 tablespoon per 1 cup. So therefore 2 cups, 2 tablespoons. Let's dump that in. And we're going to let that sit because that's how it gets all lumpy, clumpy, gross, buttermilky good. Huzzah. All right. So we're going to let all my liquids together, so I put it in a bigger Pyrex than I actually need. So this is a 4-cup Pyrex that I put it in. So I'm gonna mix my eggs and my butter in here. So I just put that all together. Right now it's just milk. Then set number 2. 2 and 3. Let's say 2 and 3.
We're gonna watch it tonight.
Are you gonna make the sheep pan pancakes with me?
It's already made, Sarah.
You already made it? You're just watching?
It's already ready. I gotta put it in the oven.
Oh my goodness. Jamie, go to the head of the class. He's already made a sheep pan pancake. Damn.
Mom went.
Huh?
Mom's engine went.
Oh, okay. We're not gonna talk about that now.
You doing that?
And sorry, he got muted. Okay. 2 eggs. And then you're going to melt 4 tablespoons, aka half a stick of butter. I usually do that pretty early in this process because it has to cool down. Otherwise, you curdle your milk and you cook your eggs. And that's not what we want to do right now. So I'm going to put it just in another Pyrex and we're going to melt it. I usually start with like 20-second intervals until it's melted. Cool. Well, that's rocking and rolling. I am going to make sure that I grease my pan. You can use whatever you want. I'm gonna rub some butter on it. But you could use Crisco, you could use Pam spray, although James has a conspiracy theory that is bad for our pans, so we've been using more butter and Crisco lately. But make sure you get it everywhere because that's what's gonna help your pancake pop out. Other good things to know about this giant pancake, you're probably just like, Sarah, why on earth are you making such a giant pancake when it's just you and James' voice? Because this freezes really well. You can cut it up and put it in some freezer bags and it freezes really, really well. And you can reheat it and eat it at a later date. So good to know, people that have made this. If you don't eat it all in one fell swoop, you can save it and eat some later. And put my pan aside. Let's see what this butter's doing. Not melted. Give it another 20 seconds. Okay. I have yet another mixing bowl that I'm going to put all my dry ingredients in. So I'm going to put in 2 1/4 cups of flour. This is not my good flour that I just got. This is like, I don't know, some stupid flour of some kind. But I'm going to put in 2 1/4 cups. I'm going to scoop it in and then level it off. There's 1 cup. And this will be 2 cups of flour. Then we just need the 1/4 cup. Now, when Jamie made this pancake, he already had the mix all ready to go. So if this turns out to be a recipe you like, I would recommend just, you know, you can keep all the pancake ingredients together. Like you could pre-mix a bunch of this and then just scoop it out, you know, as needed. Or you could just pre-make the mix and put it in a bag for a later date. 2 1/4 cups of flour. I'm gonna get my spoon out because of my sugar. We're gonna do a 1/4 cup of sugar. You can also sprinkle more on the top when you make it if you would like a little extra crunchy crunch in there, or not. Truth be told, today is really hot, so I'm regretting using the oven and not the stovetop. But we can do. Some days are just hot. Some days are just hot, and that's just it's just the life we lead. All right. You need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. If you're like me, sometimes you get confused. You're gonna stand here. You're gonna say baking powder. Baking powder. Baking powder. Baking powder. It's important as our leavening agent that we get the right amount of baking powder in there. You also need a half teaspoon of baking soda. And you're going to put in 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. I've been using a lot of kosher salt lately because it is going into my bread. So, got all those nice things in your big old Pyrex. At this point, I take a whisk. Oh, look, my butter melted. Hooray! Or mostly melted. If it's mostly melted, I usually swirl it around a little bit and let the residual heat melt the last dirty rotten holdout when it comes to this. Whisk. Incorporate all your dry ingredients in the bowl. Get them all mixed together, nicey, 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 nice. Hey guys, remember this buttermilk we made? Now it's chunky. That's okay. What I do at this point is I'm gonna crack my eggs into my buttermilk. 2 eggs. That's 1. There's 2. And then I'm gonna dump in my butter. It's gonna get gross because, you know, that's just what happens when you put butter in milk. It's all right. Make sure you get all the goodness. Gonna mix it up. Get it in there nice and good. Make sure you break those yolks. If your butter solidifies into clumps, that's all right. You'll be really fine. Mix it up, baby. Mash them yolks. So you see I have my little no heat recipes we can make on really hot days. I sure can. We could do salads of some kind, perhaps. I like this no heat recipes. Ooh, that's gonna, maybe we can make a gazpacho if it gets real hot. All right, you're gonna dump your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients. And you're gonna stir around. You're still gonna have some lumps. That's gonna be okay. It is, all right. Now, at this point, I really just wanna make sure that because I'm using this, that I get all the cracks and crevices on the bottom. Because with this pan, or bowl, I should say, it tends to just ball up in the corners of this container, so you don't want that. That's no good. But you are going to have some lumps, which is okay, because as we know, it's a pancake and it's fine. Also, you want to tap your whisk off every now and again because stuff gets stuck in your whisk. That's all right. You just get a few tappity tap tap taps and you're on. So I've mixed it, looking around, all the stuff on the bottom's good. This whisk is going in the sink. I'm gonna say, bye-bye whisk. This has been fun. I'm gonna move completely over to my spatula. Jamie thought that was funny. So at this point, you're gonna add in some of your fruit. If you added in all your fruit, that's totally fine. What I found that we like is to take some of the fruit, fold it in. Fold in the fruit, gently fold the fruit, and then dot the top of it with some extra fruit. Kind of gives it a nice little bite. So I'm going to get my fruit out. So we have, you can really use as many kinds of fruit, as few kinds of fruit as you want. For a long time, I was doing just blackberries and raspberries, and then the other day we had some strawberries, which actually turned out to be a very nice treat. So I'm going to do blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries. I know I said measure. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to throw a bunch of them in this container, wash them off, and dump them in. And like I said, then we put some on the top also. But make sure you wash your fruit, boys and girls, because that's what's right. I'm just giving these a quick little rinse off. Is there a better way to do this? Probably. Am I gonna do it that way? Strawberries, gonna get a bunch of those. I just have to cut them. I found quartering them works best. If you want to get crazy and slice them, I mean, you can slice them, but why? Like, who has that time? Not me. I sure don't. But you know, some people do. Not me, but people. Here's my PSA for the day. If you find you have a lot of compost, may I recommend this tiny little fellow. He sits on your counter. You can put all your compost in him, and then when you're done, you can dump him outside. He has a filter to keep the stink in. So that was a great present that we got, because you can put your eggshells, your strawberry tops, unless you know you happen to have chickens. Chickens apparently love strawberry tops. You can put those in there. Coffee grounds. You can put your sourdough starter in there. I mean, obviously very stinky and very liquidy, but that works. You could do that. You know, whatever things you would normally compost, you can put right in your little compost bin that sits on your counter. And then when you're done, you just empty it. I have little bags in mine that are biodegradable. That is a personal choice. You don't have to use the biodegradable bags. But for us, it just works out because since I started doing CrossFit, I eat so many eggs that I just go through a lot of eggs, and eggshells are great for the compost. Composting, it's cool. You got to turn it over. We haven't done that yet. But you know what? That falls into the realm of things James has to do and that I'm not doing. So James doesn't turn over the compost. Oh, well. I mean, I can't really get too mad at him. He did buy me a flower baby. Oh my God, I'm so excited about that. Probably gonna dance around the house with it when I'm done cooking. There's not a big lie about that. All right, so I put my fruit in. I'm gonna just incorporate it. Give it a nice stir. I am going to then dump it in my 12 by 17, which let me dump it and then I'll show you what it looks like. So with this recipe, it's not gonna go all the way to the edges, which is fine. You're just gonna spread it out yourself because it is thick, because it is pancake batter. And like I said, after I get this in here and I spread it out, I'm gonna put some more fruit on the top. I generally try to, whoopsies, look and see where there's like spots without fruit, and that's kind of where I dot the fruit in, mostly so there's a little bit of fruit in every bite, and then it's like you're eating fruit, but also a pancake. But fruit, but pancakes. I would imagine you could do this with peaches and blueberries, which I haven't done yet because it's not time for those yet, but as soon as that comes, I might. So anyway, let's see. Can I turn this? Yeah, so as you can see, don't mind the keyboard, that's what it kind of looks like. So all these places that there's missing fruit, I'm just gonna wash some more fruit right now and kind of dot it in there. You know, we have kind of like 3 containers of mostly empty fruit, so I'm just gonna use what's left. I'm gonna spill the blackberries on the counter, but you know, whatever. It's fine. I cleaned the counter. The counter is clean, so if it's got blackberries all over it, they're not mushed. They're just everywhere. So yeah, put those in there, and then I'll do a few more strawberries. So at this point, after you put your strawberries in there, or your fruit of your choosing, throw one in the sink because I don't know, that seems fun. You can put it in the oven. You can add more sugar on top if you'd like. You don't have to do that, but that is an option. James generally doesn't make it that way, but I do. If you have any gross blackberries, definitely don't put those in there. It's time for that. Ew. And I'll probably cut up, like I said, a few more strawberries just to make the ratios good. This is also a great recipe if you have a bunch of people coming over for breakfast, mostly because you can really get it going and then just put it in the oven when they show up, and then everyone gets a pancake once they show up. I made this for my parents and Jamie when they showed up, and that fed all 5 of us pretty well. I don't remember if there were leftovers or not, but that is definitely an option. Again, I'm cutting my strawberries. I'm just going to dot them on top of this. I'm also a strawberry snob. The only ones I really like are the Driscoll strawberries. I don't really like any of the other ones. I just find that those are the best, although soon it will be strawberry picking season, which is great because then you can pick strawberries and do all sorts of wonderful things with them, which I have done. James reminded me last year that we were going to make jam, and instead we just ate them all, which is fine. So hopefully social distancing rules will ease up enough in which we can, you know, pick strawberries. So anyway, I'm just throwing these. I got 2 more. I'm throwing these in there. At this point, once I'm done, I'll show you what it looks like. But we will put it in the oven for about 12 to 14 minutes. That's a gross one. Or until it's golden brown. Then for the last like 2 or 3 minutes or so, you put it on the broiler. Get it nice and toasty golden on the top. Let it rest for a while, and then you're good to go. You can eat it with Greek yogurt, or you know, be a normal person and just eat it with syrup. So here's my pancake. Again, let me just tilt this a little bit so you can kind of see. Whoa. So I put fruit pretty evenly all over it, just so every bite has some fruit. It's going into this oven, which is at 450 degrees. I'm going to set a timer for 12 minutes. And that, my friends, is what my keyboard looks like. And that, my friends, I could do strawberry shortcake right now. And that, my friends, is how we make sheet pan pancakes. Like I said, freezes really well, very, very easy. So if you have a ton left over, which we obviously will, because as much as James and I would like to think we can eat an entire pancake, an entire 12 by 17 pancake, we won't. And let it cool down, put it in a freezer bag, toast right up really nice. Definitely a great weekend meal, and then you can have some later, right in the toaster. Highly recommend that. That's it for me. Otherwise, in my kitchen, I have bread experiment number 6 going. It's getting there. I think it still needs to puff up a little bit. But this is bread number 6. Bread flour, which seems to be the secret. So we'll see how that goes. And for me and Flour Baby, I love this Flour Baby. That's all here. That's all from us. Next week, don't know what next week will bring. Maybe it'll bring Flour Baby. No, it won't bring Flour Baby because I just opened a 5-pound bag of flour. But we'll come up with something. Thank you guys for joining. Love that you guys all follow along with this chaos. Jamie. Let me unmute him. Jamie, did you eat your sheet pan pancake yet?
Not yet.
Okay, when are you going to eat it?
Tonight.
Okay, will you let me know how it is?
Yeah, where's Mom at tonight?
Okay, we're not talking about Mom. We're talking about sheet pan pancakes.
I'm going to eat it tonight.
Okay, cool. So anyway, that's all for me. That's all for me and Flour Baby. I'm going to go snuggle with this. Thanks, everybody. Love you guys, and we'll see you next week.